Tai kągi, neprisimenu, ai beje, kalbant apie futbolą, tai tipo, jeigu norit mano prediction išgirsti, tipo, manau, italai visai gerai žaidžia ir jie galės laimėti. Anglai irgi neblogai, visos komandos žiūri geros yra, bet tipo, aš nežinau, aš realiai sakyčiau, kokia Argentina turėtų laimėti realiai, nes nors aš jų nemačiau jų dar žaidžiant, bet manau, jie tikrai turėtų gerai sužaisti. Buvo geras prikolas. Atidaryk duris. What the fuck, kur šitas be? The fuck? Gerai, neklausiu, kur bėga. Aš raugėjau, nes aš rauganius. Duok. Silverį. Man reikia silverio. Kur? Kiek aš dabar turiu silverio? Zarada 10. Kur? 8. Dar tik 4 trūksta, tai čia vapšiai iš viso bus štukė eurų. Nežinau, ham išleis, ble. Bet gerai, kas tu čia, ble, duhas? Eik iš čia. Ką tu, ble?
From what I can see, you and the men love your king.
He's like a father to us, really. Comes around from time to time, chats it up, pats you on the mug. Remembers our names too, though you got to earn that in battle. It's so distinguished 3 times already. Pride myself on it.
I'm sure it's a great honor for a humble soldier like yourself.
Last time it happened, we was on the march. Some peasant poisoned his well. A few of our lads died, many others got sick. I pacified that village. We hit them so hard, we even struck fear into our own boys. They went without a row for 2 days, and the king was very pleased. He came around, gave me a friendly punch in the gut, laughed and said, "You are one true son of a bitch. If you'd not been born among swine, you'd probably be king." That's how he is. Humane and all. He's really got a heart.
The soldiers you were looking for, they got held up for a while at Sabrina's circle.
Oh, the idiots. To be duped by witchcraft and superstitions. I'll put them to scrubbing the latrines indefinitely. But I thank you for bringing them back. Your reward, as promised.
I heard there's a man living outside the camp known as the Visionary. Ever met him?
The soldiers talk about him, but I've never seen him. If I ever do, he'll regret that he fooled my people with all those superstitions.
Did you see Sabrina's execution?
Wish I could have, but only the 5th Company was sent there. She deserved it. What she did to the boys. Believe me, I've seen a lot of monstrosities in my life. My brother died during a coup in Rhind when a mage boiled the blood in his veins. Also, I once saw a soldier raping a dead elf woman. But 3 years ago, people melted like lead. Something you can't forget, Witcher.
There's a soldier by the inn selling scraps from Sabrina's execution site.
I know. The damn quartermaster. This business of his muddles the minds of the soldiers. Suddenly, everyone believes a splinter in your pocket'll protect you in battle. Half-wits.
If the relics give them courage, so be it.
So far, all those candles have only brought us some tent fires. I'll tell you one thing, Witcher. In combat, I can count on my shield, my armor, and my comrades, if they still live. Many of those boys will die in Bergen, even with their pockets stuffed with mystical splinters that cost a silver piece each. I want them to be afraid. When steel hits steel, I want them to be alert, damn it. If they're dumb and put their trust in rusty nails and ashes, they won't have a hope in hell.
Did you participate in the battle?
I did, and I fought. But I'd rather not go into it.
The spirits of those who died in battle are now in combat on that field. They kill each other and change into nasty creatures called Draugrs. Eternians, Kedwenis, even your comrades. I want to help them, but I have to know what happened during the battle.
Oh, the plague. Listen then. The fighting started in the afternoon. The Dun Banner was first to attack. We were ambushed, cut off from our main unit and devastated. Bloody scouts and Sabrina Glevissig, who was supposed to mind the battlefield. By then, the battle was in full swing. Wherever you see those damned furrows, people fought there. The Eternian lines faltered a few times, but we couldn't crush them because of Selkirk. Yes, we had the Visitor. They had Selkirk of Gullet, the invincible White Knight, Edern's finest swordsman. Wherever our forces gained the upper hand, he'd appear and reverse the fighting's course. Then, Vandegrift himself went into battle. He met Selkirk in the middle of the melee. It was a battle of titans. In the end, the Visitor hacked Selkirk and sliced the White Knight from his head to his balls. Then, death fell from the heavens. Lumps of burning soil flew through the air. The whole valley was on fire. Damned magic of a damned witch. I owe my life to Priest Crest, our chaplain. He led me out of the battle and went back for the others. He had a medallion that protected him against fire. He led everyone out, including the Eternians. But the flames got him in the end.
Holy shit.
Were you at Brenna?
Ah, yes. Cut down more Black Ones there than anywhere else. The Redanians were in disarray on the left when we joined the battle. Same with the Temerian regiments in the middle. We arrived just in time. Menno Cohorn commanded the Nilfgaardians. He was some leader. Even we feared him like fire. But somehow we prevailed.
What happened to him afterwards?
He refused to flee, died like many others. Though no one knows who did it, and no one ever found his corpse.
You mentioned the priest.
A really good man. He was with us the whole time, during the march, in the barracks, and in battle. Among common soldiers. Freya gave him a medallion to protect him from fire. I don't know how true that is, but he led me and many others to safety.
Who has this medallion?
King Henselt. I saw it once. I don't know how he got hold of it, but he definitely had it.
What happened before the battle?
We forded the Pontar on the third day after the autumn equinox. The Eternians
Bazaras, postoji
formed up
Bazaras.
in a long line at the foot of those hills. I remember the banners of Vengerberg, Aldersburg, Gullet. Knights, armored infantry, peasants, the Bergen dwarf,
Açış
all save the king. They numbered more than 5,000. General Vandegrift, commander of the Kedwenis, had less than 4,000, including the elite Bearheads, armored troops from Ard Caraig, and the famous White Foxes of the North. And ourselves, the Dun Banner, veterans of Brenner, hated by the Eternians more than the plague. But above all, we had Vandegrift the Visitor. Maybe he was a bastard, but he knew war like nobody else.
Do I have this right? You served in the Dun Banner.
Did indeed. Henselt's never commanded a fiercer group of warriors, and he never will. If not for us, there'd have been no victory for the North at Brenner. We carried the day.
I didn't see the Dun Banner in the camp.
And you won't. The unit's no more. Ensign Eckhart Hennessy carried the standard into battle for the last time 3 years ago.
Glevissig's magic?
Worse. The Eternian troops, the bastards. The Dun Banner, the pride of Kedwen, lost its standard and almost all its men. The Visitor refused to send us reinforcements when we were cut off. The Dun must prevail. It's been in worse shite than this. The Dun will be all right. 7 Eternians to each one of us. We had no fucking hope. 200 men went into battle and less than 70 came back. But that's not all. Only a few survived to this day. The boys couldn't handle it. Suicide, firewater, fisstech. A few became highwaymen. They ended up on the gallows or in ditches. Memories can also kill you, and soldiers don't always deal with them well.
I have to find that standard.
I heard it lies in the catacombs neath Bergen, alongside my mates. Hey, if you're thinking of going there, I ought to give you my beaver skin cap. That's its rightful place.
Thanks, Civic.
Давай.
I'd like to play dice.
I haven't the time right now, but I'll be willing to test you if it turns out you're any good.
And how is that supposed to turn out?
Beat Fragile and Gondor, simple as that.
Чё вас прибазарено, доброче? Вообще, болды раз, не?
You fool!
Ой, чё стя, духа, герой. Ой, как я сейчас так дух жму.
How are you?
Are you moved by the prophet? Then spare an order.
Having an cheap.
Что я базарено, долбоёбат?
Relics are...
I found footprints at Sabrina's execution site. Do you know anything about that?
Why would I? You found them, not me.
Yet your boots are black from ash.
Shh. All right. What do you want to know?
Do you believe in the power of your merchandise?
You mean the relics? Others believe in them, that's what counts. They'll believe in anything that gives them hope. Soldiers shit their pants and throw up in fear before going into battle. If kissing a rusty nail gives them courage, then in my book, it works.
Do you remember the curse that Sabrina placed on the king?
When they set the stake on fire, she shouted something to the king. His face went red, but I couldn't hear very well. She probably foretold his syphilis. A gruesome death.
Did you see Sabrina's execution?
Sure I did. I was in the 5th Company. I remember the commotion when that idiot Yahon killed her with a spear. If only I had that spear now.
You know Yahan?
Never heard of him. Where'd you get the idea that I know him?
Where's Yahan's spear now?
I don't know. Besides which, it's none of your concern. I simply won't talk about that.
Духа,
Do you remember the sorceress Sabrina?
Same as all the others. Looked like a young nympho, with an old hag inside. You want to talk about her? See that freak who burns candles?
Fuck off, asıl не надо pasakė вообще. Useless veikėjas. Gerai, einam į top sportą, šį pasakyti.
Aye, dice.
Who else plays around here?
There's Civic, Madame Carroll, and Lesota. But they're masters.
I'd be glad to.
I'll go for...
Gerai. Gerai, žodžiu, įsivinau ir dabar Max betus visur, karučiai. Nu, žiūrim, ką jis išmės, ble. Nu, ką išmės, ble, duhas. Ble, ką jis čia turi. 1, 2, okay. Вообще nieko. Čia baby now, lopas, eik tu now. Gerai, šio, reroll. Boom, Max beta. Eik tu nahoj.
You lose.
Eik nahoj, duhas. Lailai. Čia tų tipo kelimų betų, jeigu fucking nėra tokio dalyko kaip bluffas čia. Plus čia вообще pidarasų žaidimas.
Dice.
Aye. Me.
Dam 10 eurų. Boom. Na. Statyk metą. Nu, metą. Na. Mes. Ką mes gavom. Опа. Reiktų čia вообще. Spėsiu per galvą, na. Keliam čia 10. Laisvai. Nežinau, nebent jei tiesiog toks, išmečiau. Ha! Čia baby, na. Šio.
Let me win it back.
Reiktų. veida.
Care for a game?
Pala, reikia saugoti dabar vėl.
Care for a...
Davai. 10, max. Viens. Šūna, okei, tu pierus turiu, ką įsidžiu. 1, 2. Shit. Jeigu jis tryvo kainą, aš nežinau kaip... Tu. Kas čia man? Burna plaukas įskrido tiesiog. Gerai, mano plaukas tiesiog burna mano įskrido. Nice plaukas. Oi, okei, full house turiu. Papoginam tavo burdos.
Give me another shot?
Ko aš nesprantu, kas čia yra. Į ką tu žiūri, morda, blet. Čiūvas mėžo, čia tiesiog čiūvi bazarina. Profiška. Ну, давай. Zupit me.
What do you want?
I'd like to play.
Wanna play?
Boom, dash. Давай, dash. Bakir. Keliam kaidą. Keliam kaidą. Ką jisai čia turi? Okei. Jis tiesiog casually turi 3 of a kind pog. Gerai, žodžiu, manau propeso, bet nerūpi. Gerai, raising kiek nori. Man nerūpi. Turim tai. Bra, čia buvo laikas pog. Tiesiog...
That was...
Who else plays dice?
Madam Carol ought to play.
Teik čia, tu.
So?
I'd
Bazar.
like to play.
I'll play if you bid zip.
Ai,
So?
gerai, tada nusipirksiu pas tave silverį. Opa. Nes tu monstras, tai tau reikia ant tavęs panaudosiu po to. Ir po to tu, nežinau, po to.
Still looking for coins.
Ai,
What else
tu.
am I to do?
Pam. Reikia čia dabar šitus atsimt.
How's Sir?
See anybody. And we don't lo- Sure.
Ką tu čia bazarinti?
Tournaments. That's a path.
I'm here about the rot fiend.
What about it?
The fiends have rotted for good.
Well done. We lost many patrols to them. Here's your reward.
Still looking for coins.
Tournaments.
I've had enough tournament.
I'm content we could see you in action.
Your tournament was a success.
Aye, you could say so. I know now that no common man can match a witcher.
What else am I to do? This myth driving me crazy.
Gerai, tada dar reikia čia. Kur čia?
I'm done with this cursed place.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their eggs until this mist lifts.
It won't just disappear.
I know
Place
that
fails.
Learn anything new about the curse?
The mage on the other side of the fog is also probing the battlefield. A sorceress.
How do you know?
You shall know them by the fruit of their spells. Magic differs with the brain type that generates it. The female mind is simply laid out differently.
Could be Triss.
No, Witcher, it's someone far more powerful.
Holy shit.
Spoken to the king yet?
Indeed, he was delighted to hear he can be cut from the curse.
Great, because I need the medallion of the priest known as Crest. I heard it's in Henselt's possession.
He'll give you nothing until you free him from the curse. Truthfully, I believe I understand him. You have a good chance of perishing when you confront the Draugrs.
Give me a break, Deathmold. The two of you are just afraid I'll leave this entire mess in your hands.
Ah, that is something I do not fear at all, for I know exactly why you are here. As for the king, you may curse him and scold him and call him a fool if you wish, though it's not something I would advise.
I need magic powder to mark out the runes.
Are you aware that the formula requires powdered camphor resin?
I am.
Then you must also know that the resin is extremely valuable.
Get Henselt to pay you. I need the powder to do the exorcism, reverse the prophecy, and release him from the curse.
You should have said, I'll give you as much as you need.
Thanks, on the king's behalf.
I've one more thing you might find useful.
What's that?
You asked me for protective runes. I've done better. Take this grimoire, which details many. I believe there's even one for syphilis. I've marked my recommendations.
Thanks. See you.
Kažkaip pagrimo. Nice, ačiū. Ačiū labai už useless cool provas tiesiog, karoči. Gerai, pavazavom.
The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coins.
Oh,
Grown lads with their arses in the air. Scavenging.
Tada reikės pas vizionierių nueit.
Looking for coins. Scared. What else am I
Oi,
to do?
nu, man,
The enemy has paid
biškėt,
through their
čia.
propaganda.
Kodėl aš čia niekados ne... Ar aš, jeigu aš čia neišlūsinęs,
Ah, don't worry about it. The Witcher will take care of everything.
nu vai, aš čia lūtinau, jo. Čia išlūtinta, gi. Kas? Ko nesupranti, ble? Lūtinta čia viskas.
So?
Duok, trident. Planetą žiūriu. Debila planetą. Jos.
So?
Dabar aš turėsiu. Kur yra, blet, Virgin? Tu, blet, juokauji. Dar 2 reikia, okei. Nu nieko. Kai grįšim tada, galėsim. Nu bet viskas bus gerai, nesijaudinkit, bičiuliai. Viskas bus gerai, nesijaudinkit. Viskas bus gerai, nesijaudinkit. Jesus Christ, aš nenoriu šitas NPC toks užklisantis. Gerai, čia, blet, kiek aš čia? Nesunaudoju visiškai veitinį, neapsimoka, nes po to dar crafting komponentą išimsiu ir vienu per mažai turėsiu.
Well, how can I?
Wanna roll a few?
Shall we play?
Ble, prašau savo po, kiek čia prarasiu 10 eurų, kiek čia dar. Gerai, ką čia turim? Jo, 3 kainą turi, ne. Aš turiu 2 pierus. Ble, pabandysiu gaut full house, ble. Jeigu gausiu, tai aš profas pasi. Karoči. Aš profas. Ble, sakiau. Aš nesakiau.
Anyone else I can fleet?
Lesotho?
Čia, ne tą paspaudžiau, jeigu senus seivus iš savo. Holy shit, tu pažiūrėk, kiek čia seivo. Ai, čia visi tik tai seni, okei. Tiesiog dark, okei. Aš galvoju, dar daugiau bus. Aik, tu, na. Kur čia? Aš neturėjau kas to iš jo, kad tipo kažką ten daryti. Tipo, ar aš turiu šitą... Aš turiu vision potion, the fuck. Bet tai, blėt, kaip aš... Aik tu na. Peace now. Mane jau...
Huh? What? Oh.
Is Johann still around?
Johann is dead. He didn't deserve to bask in the glory of the lady.
So Sabrina's mercy has limits.
You don't know what you're talking about, Witcher.
I did what you asked.
Tell me what you saw.
Fuck, man dabar... Okei, pala. Tuoj. Kas čia? Bet... Witcher... Tu visionary... I know. Nu, blėt, kur... Aš laukiu, kur teisingas atsakymas. Zaraza tu. Gerai, žiūrint. Gerai, po.
Sabrina Glevissig appeared to me. She walked across the waters of a lake, her airy robes and long black hair caressing the waves.
You lie. I don't know what you were hoping for, but we'll not talk about Sabrina unless you actually meditate.
I did what...
Tell me...
We'll come... So long.
Tai pala, bra, tai aš legit, my. Nu kodėl? Gerai. Bereikalo jau nice pog. Gerai, tuoj čia. Take it now. Jis niekada neateis. O va. Ai, dar dvi. Gerai. Ai, man ruošia disponas amžinai. Galimai. Not sure though. Nekenčiu šitų pidarvainiučių. O, nėra tų. Disponinas poga. Pa. Bra, okei. Aš Dumbasas. Bro, man tas... Nes aš galvoju, kad Sabrina Shrine yra ten, kur yra Sabrina Shrine, žinai. Bet pasirodo, jog dar kitas yra, taip. Apibūta mane, na. Bro. Gal sugavo šitą zarazą už tokius šūdą. Gerai, žodžiu, čia bus labai keista vizija ir ten... Jo. Kas to yra? Ai ne, čia tiesiog scripted eventas, kad... Ai, tu na. Tu juokauji. Kaip aš tos taip greitai nužudau? Kas yra fatiga? Aš nesuprantu, kaip sumažinti mano fatigą. Kodėl kart 2,7% jau būna visos mano atakos. Nelogiška, na. Ar čia difficulty, ar kas čia, blet? Power mutagen. Ką jisai daro? 1+2, ai, tu paklon. Kodėl tokie trash mutagenai? Ateik čia. Hujo. Hui. Ho. Teik čia, kurva. Jo. Ho. Nužudžiau tave. Aš what the fuck, nugo, skraidantis. Bravorai skraido pasirodo. Holy shit. Ai, tu na. Nu tu... Geresnių negalėjai sugalvoti. Tai kaip jis eina prieintis, jeigu fucking... Vurašik... Okei, heavy atakos pognės, jisai tiesiog stovėjo. Ir dar ir nugarą. Taip, tau reikia zarazą to. Sugnis dar performeričių. Return, kas yra Dusk, alio? Kas yra Dusk? Tu man pasakyk. O, gerai. Pavyzdžiui, iš eksplorės pažiūrėsiu, kas čia. Ok, mano rodos buvo įsiboginę biškį. Galimai. Bet jo. Gerai, reikia ritualą. Kas tu... Tu žinai, kiek dabar valandų? Gerai. Dabar. Jeigu dabar... Dabar tai jau tikrai dusk. Jo, visur tiesiog koks. Jop. Tiesiog dar gėjiškumo. Mano vizija. Opa, HP pasirodė duoda. Va čia tai geras. Čia tikrai geras. Negaliu, mano balsas lūžta. Nes... Nežinau kodėl. Neklausk. Nors niekas ir neklausė, bet aš sakau vis tiek. Neklausk. Čiubibina. Paten man rodos reikės paten nusileist. O norit paeksplorinsim. Ir čia man rodos bus useless. Galimai. Ne. Vis dėlto ne. Penkis quid radom, ar tu jo... Kauju. Gerai, čia useless. Aš 5 quid galiu klikti, va taip pat užsidirbi. Dėl tingiai, va tak. Kaip sakė ponas Morgenstern. Nigga 1, nigga 1, nigga 3, nigga 4. Duoda reporov, nežinau, ką ten sako, rimuojas. Neprisimenu, bet neklausyti tų kartų.
What other matters?
I did what you asked.
Tell me what you saw.
You may think I'm as mad as you are, but in my vision I walked through a forest where the trees were huge mushrooms and a giant chicken walked between them, pecking at the underbrush.
You have no idea how happy I am. I've been having this vision of a giant hen among mammoth mushrooms for weeks. I thought I'd lost it, gone insane. Turns out my herbs must have gone off. I need to gather new ones, but that's my concern. Ask me what you will.
You must know a lot about Sabrina Glevissig's death.
Sabrina the Martyr left the world of the living to protect us all.
Why the candles? What's the difference between Sabrina and other mages burned at the stake?
Others were strong in life. Her power bloomed when death wrapped its steely arms around her. She took the soldier who ended her suffering under her kind care. He never had to fear walking alone in the dark again. Have you seen the area? It's full of beasts and monstrosities. Jahan, the merciful soldier, has walked in the blaze of our power ever since. No creature born of darkness can get close to her.
Did you hear about the curse Sabrina cast on the king?
Of course. A well-deserved punishment, a ghostly spell from her crimson lips. The king concocted a cruel fate for the sorceress, humiliated her, made her suffer the flames. bound to a wheel and placed on the stake, she suffered in a way unimaginable to ordinary humans. But when the flame reached her maiden waist, not a single cry could be heard, only words foretelling King Hensel's imminent demise. Let a shooting star split the heavens and mark its mortal journey with a braid of blood. Let fools be duped by the sight of fish scales, turned by magic into square pieces of gold. Let the unicorn violate 1,000-year-old rules, prompting a just punishment. Sabrina suffered so badly that a merciful soldier ended her torment, thrusting his spear into her aching heart.
Any chance of finding that spear?
It was so long ago, Witcher. But I believe the spear went to another soldier. The bugger sells relics from Our Lady by the Camp Inn.
I know who you mean. Now, back to some other matters. Tell me again.
What exactly?
So long.
Huh?
Paul, what? Aš iš jo seniau galėjau pirkti daiktus, dabar negaliu pirkti, the fuck. Nepoga.
Huh?
Ok, jis nieko nepardavinėjo, tai galvoju kažką parduo. What the fuck? Meets that confused. Tuoj gausiu kalbą, naku šitą dūgą, blėt. Pamatysi, kai gausiu kalbą, tai, blėt. Pačiai nepasirodys, daug pasirodys. Ir susikraftinsim Silver Sword. Wow. Amazing, guys. Nen. Nepasivysiu. Mane šitas žmogus išgelbėjo nuo. Ne, tik ne vėl šitas NPC, kuris tą patį dalyką sako, aš išprotėsiu, legit jau. Benners Udrin nebesigirdė, bet fucking Stone pastovi girdė, bet Udrin Pog buvo tiesiog. Visą laiką reikia Udrin. Patinėt, na. Let's trade, brat. Kura? Duok. Ačiū, brat. Čiupėmi dabar. Lenkis, kura, glaubkis, brat. Nu. Jisai nebekalba su manim, the fuck. Craft Virgin. Bra, mano Silver Sword daro nuo 12 iki 18, ne? Šeštas pram 5 iki 5. Tai daug ką pasako apie dabartinę visuomenę. Pažiūrėjom, kas bus. Patampu demono irgi. Man reikia parduoti šūdus dabar tau. Šitas šūdas nahui. Tai meninė šūdas nahui. Šūdas nahui. Шудай нахуй ед.
So?
Gerai.
I'd like to
play.
Tuoj, gausi galą. Вообще я pareizinu čia pog. Ne, šiaip spėjame pog visiškai. Čuvas, tu raminkis, bile. Gerai. Galimai laimėjom. Bet čia tik galimai. Man buvo. Давай. Прописал. 29 euros.
You didn't stand a chance.
Bet niekada nemiršta. Nes ragavimas galioja atgal į pusę seivą. Ir šitas šios atsiponė tiesiog. Давай, ну. Max, gerai. Pakelia. Spėju bus dar sunkiau, bet čia, bro. Čia toks lakas. Vienas. Ok, jis turi vieną pirmą tik. Aš turiu vienas. Ok, aš turiu aukštesnį pierą. Bet reikėtų rerovinti šitas net fideras. Man tai po. Bля, nieko negavau. Bet vis tiek laimėjau, nes aš profas. Jit.
You won. Do you want coin or something special?
I'd prefer something besides gold. I see you've got quite a bit of armor.
If that's your wish, I can offer you a number of armor designs, specifically for studded, tempered, or supple leather armor.
Ką čia вообще reiškia, nu pala? Ne, nu čia reikia žinoti tiesiog. Tu... Dice Poker Armor Reward. Tu jachałeś, czy net narmas tu chajobas.
I think I'll stick to coin.
Goldas žymiai labiau apsimoka, nes gaunu gal 200 coinų, bro. Nu, bro, legit bandė apipis tu chajobas. Tipo, bro, jis tiesiog leather, tipo, fucking leather diagramą, tipo, kaip leather, nu. Jo net nermonas, jis tiesiog.
Relics, artifacts, trinkets, and...
I know you have the spear Jahan used to pierce Sabrina's heart.
I told you about that, and I thought the old freak was trying to forget the sins of his past.
You know Jahan well?
He despises me now, but things used to be different. We were called up at the same time. We fought under Hensel together. But I managed somehow, while he hated it. Why did they send him to that ferocious battle? He was the worst dumbass in the entire army, but he outfought his soldiers. Covered in shit, piss, snot and tears, and still he survived. He cracked when they burned Sabrina. A beautiful end to a fucking beautiful day. Then he went to the dogs. He pissed away all he had on drink. I was the fool who followed him and brought everything he pawned around the inns. That's how I got the spear.
I need that spear.
Tough luck, Witcher. I last saw it a few years back.
What happened to it?
Look how similar we are. You want knowledge, I want coin. And we both need help to get what we want.
How much?
What are your customary take-ins on a contract? I'll gladly accept but 1/2 of that.
The fate of your king depends on that spear.
All right, since you put it that way. You see, when Jahan lost his head for Sabrina, I bought the spear from the innkeeper. The donkey's ass pawned it in the inn. He drank like a fish. By then, Jahan had already hidden in the hills, where no one dares to venture. Some call him the Visionary, but in my book, he's just a nutter. Beats me why the beasts don't attack him. A fisherman who supplies the canteen said that some monsters hate the smell of fish oil. Jahan makes candles out of it.
What did you do with the spear?
Sorry to say, I lost it in a dice game. Shame, because today, it'd fetch a good price. I lost the spear to a soldier who later fought the squirrels in the forests of the Pontar Valley. He told me he'd used it to kill some Scoia'tael big shot. I heard the shaft cracked as if there'd been some fucking jousting tournament. The most interesting thing is that big shot is still alive. I heard he's now with that vixen from Aedirn. Some frigging commander. Elves are weird creatures. Who knows, maybe he still has that spearhead.
Yorvith.
You know him?
I'll tell you for 100 orens.
Bah!
Holy shit, Tormtay. Tiesiog Jorvetas, blet. Turi ir, blet, iš Jorveto turės. Ai, kaip čia dabar bus? Sužinosime! Mes tikrai sužinosime. Aš neleisiu jums nežinoti. Aš prisiekiu, draugužiai. Ai. Gerai, dabar eisime į kitą pusę.
I think I know how to free the king from his curse.
Well then, let's get to work.
Can't do anything until I have the spear the soldier stabbed Sabrina with. Problem is, it's in the hands of a Scoia'tael commander named Yorvith.
I know this Yorvith. Are you certain this is the spear?
I last saw him back in Flotsam.
Yorvith is in Vergen, Witcher, along with most of the Scoia'tael from the area. They've joined that peasant girl's insurgency.
Yorvith part of a peasant uprising? It doesn't make sense.
There's only one way to confirm or disprove it. You must cross to the other side of the list. What of the other artifacts? Do you know them all now?
Not yet.
In that case, you must wait until you've learned everything before crossing. It's a dangerous voyage, not one to attempt twice, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say.
Palauk, ar aš tikrai nežinau apie kitus artefaktus? Tu palauk, čia manau tiesiog buvo gerai. Selkir, okei.
I've got to get through the mist, or I can't lift the curse.
I shall supply the white flag when you set out as our emissary.
Gerai, aš jau girdėjau, kad Kostas Filintas. Au, kas per žuotlė. Tipo, galiu crossint, bet geriau ne.
I think I
Well then,
can't do anything.
Your...
What
of the other art?
Not yet.
In that case...
Yeah. See you.
Kur karalius вообще? Ar jis sėdi ten? Ai, ne, jis. Nu. Ne. Kokius man questus dabar daryti? Nu, blet, aš nesuprantu. Čia kad nėra questų, tu, blet, suprantu. Faith. O, negaliu lifting course. The Oathbreakers, sąstinė. Wait for events. Blet, the fuck.
The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coin. Axes in the air. Scavenging run.
Bet aš žinau, kad čia atsidaro vėliau. Taigi matau, aš blet. Tarputį. Skylę matau, kas slepi, blet. Ir aš žinau, kaip ten patekt. Nieko apie swordą, though. Don't understand that.
How's service?
See, and we don't...
Nežinau, gal... Ai, tu nahui, negaliu kažkas. Durys šitame žaidime yra tiesiog...
What do you want, Witcher?
So long.
Well, it was here yesterday.
Brown. Shall we make camp with the Blackwood's?
What's it to us?
We should have ours.
استنى اغلق الباب.
Greetings.
Gosh, прошёл.
When he married the Miller's widow.
Fat chance of himself. Diddly yourself, pauper.
Pretty please.
Aš ieškojau Dandelion ir fucking to. Gal tie gali paaiškinti kažką. Zoltanas. Raučas gal gali paaiškinti. Kažkas. Kalš. Duchas irgi.
Between his buttocks. He does what? Puts a pig's eye in his ass.
Tu. Pidaro vainičiai. Gerai. Gal aš nepakankamai eksplorinau, bet okei, čia nieko, čia nebent. Bet aš nežinau. Gerai, eisiu čia, nežinau, tikiuosi. Surasime kažką. Čia nebuvo. No. O gal, blėt. Pog. Akmuo. Pasižiūrėjome akmenį. Kuria čia kalba? Prancūzų. Ar aš čia buvęs? Nu, blemba. Bля, čia tas... Хуй... Nebegaliu čia praeiti. Oi. Jo. Jo. Aš pažiūrėsiu.
The whole camp's going berserk looking for the coin. Grown lads with their arses in the air, scavenging around the tents like idiots.
Where are these coins from if there wasn't a single one when they were pitching camp?
Guards!
Oh, wait.
Did they hire a witcher? Camp's going berserk looking for the coins. Grown lads with their arses in the air, scavenging around the tents like idiots.
Gerai, ne, aš legit nieko negaliu. Tai jo, tiesiog fuck it.
Look at that, boys.
I've got...
I shall supply the white flag when you set out as our emissary. The lass is reputedly honorable.
You're sick, Deathmoor.
They say she's very pretty. Peasant.
Not your concern.
In case the elves lack an understanding of diplomatic
A king's concern can be boundless when his life
I spent some time working on this recently. This little marvel will guide you through the fog and provide a measure of protection from the specters.
Thanks. See you.
Ai, bro, čia buvo level up. Garsas, o ne fucking fail. Aš nekenčiu savęs. Ar kažko. Nežinau, ko nekenčiu. Bet žinau, kad damage. Jo, neblogai. 5% offense takiau. Kodėlgi? Ne. Gerai, kas čia. Šūda. Pasižiūrėsiu, kokie yra mutagens gal. Manau, nėra geresnė negu power mutagen. Galimai. Okay. Okay, čia reikia greater vitality. Bro, critical effects yra fucking geriausias daug. Ar tikrai greater vitality toks trash? Okay. But what? Bra, yra Madness Mutagen, kuris jo, basically praktiškai neįmanoma gaut, o aš jį gausiu. Jo, galėsiu jį pagrindinti realiai. Jo, reikės prie visionary, kad tiesiog grindint, manau, off camera tai darysiu. Nes ten tiesiog reikės stovėti ir žudyti.
Good to see you, old rogue.
Why the long face, Sultan?
Everything's fucked.
The only sight worse than a sad dwarf is the sight of a very sad dwarf.
I don't suppose you have any vodka?
I see things are worse than I thought.
I feel like a monkey in a cage. Those pricks act as if they've never seen a dwarf before.
If you need a change of climate, come with me. I'm on my way to Bergen.
You say that as if you're going to the brothel round the corner. Forgetting about the spectres?
I may have amnesia, but I remember the curse.
Well, all I get around here is non-human midget and the like. And I've dwarven brethren on that side. Sure as shit, I'll take Saskia over that prick Hensel too. You really willing to help me cross?
Of course.
You know, Geralt, I have a feeling that Vergen's where I should be.
I get you. Let's go.
How do you plan to get through the fog? Thought it was suicide to venture into it.
Deathmold gave me a protective amulet.
Throw it out! I wouldn't touch anything belonging to that dick.
I had a choice. Navigate the fog with an amulet or without it. Seemed safer with.
You're the expert in that magic shite, I guess?
Just trust me and stay close.
Oh, what the hell. Better the devil you know. I'll come with you.
Fog. Dun 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 dun. Ra 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 ra. Yut.
I can't wait to have some proper air instead of that piss water we're drinking in the Kidwenny camp. Thanks again, Geralt.
Realiai oro pat yra geresnis šitame chapteryje. Bet blemba, ten vėžys po to pasidaro. Yra misija, kurios aš tiesiog nekenčiu normal net, jo.
Tough crossing ahead of us, Sultan.
Looking to scare me now? We're going, and that's that. You sure?
Monsters.
Tikiuosi einu ten, kur reikia, nes aš to fucking amuleto šūdo aš nematau. Manau, ten einu. Jo, karmai. Blet, kas. Ne ten nuėjau. Nu tai reiktų. Bra, okei, kažkaip turėsiu bėgti be kardo rankoj. Nes mato nieko, tiesiog viską padarė juodą pogą. Padarė animacijos vapšė jokios ir pogą. Kaip visada pogą šitam žaidimui. O. Bra, what, šitas dalykas mano HP žudo. Ai, tu. Tik dabar sužinojau. Bra, momentas. Jo, šitas jau galima daryti. Aš legit nežinau, aš. Okei, bro, momentas. Nu, blėt, tu pasidėk tą kardą. Legit mirsiu nuo kardo. Pokčiam. Man aš čia turėjau. Galimai. Ramai čia baigęs. Blėt. Ar aš čia tik bugą atradau? Ai ne, aš perėjau ir tada miriau. Geras. Tu nieko... O, čia dievai. Aš esu kempe dabar. Bet dabar esu čia. Yes, perėjom. Mes perėjom.
Never again. Fucking fog.
Look at it this way. You'll be able to brag about seeing the fog from the inside for the rest of your life.
I'd rather brag about how I plowed 3 wins once in my youth.
Прошу бог. Yes. Регенерация. Oh my god. Я люблю тебя. Jo, šitą pusę žymiai labiau poga atrodo, ta prasme, čia tiesiog... Camp yra tiesiog depressing.
Kill him! Adon! Stop! You're making a mistake!
A mistake? Interesting. There's a war on. Don't know if you've noticed. And wars are won by killing foes. Or do I have it all wrong?
The Witcher's a messenger. On his way to see Saskia.
Not your typical messenger.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but we had to pass through an atypical fog in which your typical messenger would have shit just before he...
Enough! We'll not let you inside Bergen. But you can deliver your message to the commander of the Watch. He's stationed by the town gates.
Plowing typical elf. Come on, Geralt.
Rimani dobro. Čia reikia lift and cars, čia vieta questų net nėra. Kur dingo, blėt? Aš surinksiu visą lootą per tą laiką. Bro, man rodos reikės kai kurias misijas padaryti vis tiek. Ką aš jau? Circle of Power. Kietai. Jo, čia reikės... Aš tai gerai, okei, tiesiog teisinėsiu. Okei, čia reikės save, nes full HP turiu full. Čia tau nesiapsaugus, tu neprimeti. Eilinį kartą tu neprimeti, blėt. Jo, čia, bra, okei, aš depresiją čia dabar turiu, nes... Tikiuosi čia yra tas merchant. No. Čia tuščia, bra. Okei, čia taip legit depresija, gausiu, kad pasirinkau Roach Path. Nors Roach Path geresnis fucking, nu, kind of... Oh my god, aš negaučiu depresiją gerą. Nes, bra, čia tokia hotel fee yra iš toj vietoj. Bet jo. Bet ten man rodos, jeigu kažką ten padarai iš rescuinėje ir panašiai.
Why, it's Geralt of Rivia and Zoltan Chibi. Pinch me, Burden, for I believe I've dozed off while on duty.
Could be an illusion, eh? Or some spectres from the battlefield have lost their way. Maybe we ought to tickle them with an axe, just to be sure.
I'm afraid there's no mage out there who can conjure up the Witcher's mud, nor the aroma of Zoltan's beer-soaked beard.
Yarpin Zigrin. Lice eat me if I'm not delighted to see that horrid mug of yours.
This lad here's scaling Burden. Geralt, what are you doing standing there as if you've swallowed a halberd? Got a hug for an old mate?
Greetings. Triss has told me a lot about you.
Wee Marigold? Ha! How is the lass? Let me tell you, Scalen, this here Witcher's the very embodiment of chivalry. All the Selkirks of the world can't hold a candle to him. And you know why?
No, but I got a feeling we're about to find out.
Me? A knight? I'd sooner call Zoltan a show dancer.
Well then, listen, everyone. At the time, we were escorting Caelwynni army convoys through the Sherwood forests. Aye, we served Henselt once, though always for coin. Anyways, the Witcher was on the road as well, with Triss and Ciri, heading south. The lass, I tell you, was a demoness incarnate. Pure pepper on her feet, and healthy as a horse. But the sorceress fell ill. Some terrible pestilence held her, gave her the runs. The woman needed to go every 5 minutes. Never seen anything like it. And I've had my share of gut rumblings. This one time, I roasted an old ailing gerbil and...
Oi! You promised us a chivalrous tale.
And I'm delivering it, lad. In any case, the Witcher would carry her into the bushes time after time. He treated and cared for her, cleaned her, bathed her.
Sounds normal to me. A man looking after his woman. It's too much to call it chivalrous, Yarpin.
Ah, wrong. Triss weren't his woman. Not his wife nor lover. She was sick and in need of aid. And he was on a secret mission. Might have left her in some city, might have gone off on his own, but he didn't. Know why? because he's got a heart of gold. He truly cares. A lad like you, Scalen, don't know that being a knight's not just about thrashing around in full plate, a long sword in hand. It's not just about fighting duels and winning tournaments.
Damn! I missed hearing your bullshit, Sigrun.
I don't believe anyone else has tried to tell me that story.
How is the wee Marigold, anyway?
Not great. The Kingslayer kidnapped her.
Oh, damn the dogs. That's downright terrible.
I suppose it's no coincidence you're here.
Triss could be somewhere in this area.
I've not seen her 5 years, must be. Since that day they proclaimed you dead. Last saw her in Rivia, in any case.
From what I've been able to establish, the Kingslayer forced her to teleport the two of them to this area, and she's not on the other side of the fog.
What did this Kingslayer look like?
A huge, bald witcher. Wears a medallion with a snake on it.
Sorry, Geralt. Doesn't even ring the tiniest bell, any of that.
I might know something. This drunk in Vergen claims he saw a redhead fall from the sky somewhere among the ravines. And then he said the sorceress Philippa Eilhart came around looking for this woman. She sent her servant and some peasants to the ravines after her. But they came back empty-handed. Now Philippa's servant maid's gone, leaving the sorceress angry as a wasp. She even turned one of the plebs into a pig. I spoke to one of those peasants. He claims the lass was no servant, but an Nilfgaardian agent. And she apparently found something in those ravines. Maybe it was Triss. And maybe it was that witcher. Madame Eilhart, or the old minx as Yarpen calls her. Knows she's been duped and can't forgive herself for it.
Did the woman flee south, deeper into Edirn?
Fucking hell! She came out the main gate not more than an hour ago, headed straight for the fog. Thought she might be out to do some magic probing or whatnot.
She knew a bit of magic. She might have crossed.
I guess I need to visit Shillard when I get back. How's Yorvith? Any chance I might run into him?
Minimal. He follows Saskia around like a once-neglected pup. Eyes on her at all times.
At least the lass is well protected. What do you seek from Yorvith? Last I heard, you weren't exactly chummy.
You heard right. But when I last saw him in Flotsam, he had something I need to lift the curse.
Even if you see him, I doubt he'll give you anything out of the kindness of his heart. Perhaps Saskia can convince him?
Guess I don't have much of a choice. Any idea where I might find the Dun banner?
Try the Netherworld. The whole unit was cut down during the battle 3 years ago.
I meant the unit's standard, which symbolizes death.
Ah, that makes it a lot easier. We buried it with the remains of the Kedwenis.
Where?
Just outside Vergen. I'll mark it on your map as the road could get confusing. Strange things are afoot in those crypts, Witcher. Kedweni ghosts scaring off our folk. That would be normal since they were invaders. But one's some kind of amateur historian, asking all that venture there about the battle and the Dun banner.
I'll look into it. Thanks. I have to see Saskia.
To what end?
To dispel the mist of wraiths, I need a few magic artifacts.
What's Saskia got to do with that?
Her sword is one of those items.
And what do you suggest I do? Yorvith and Saskia banned us from letting strangers in. And here are two old mates come over from the other side who want just that. A lose-lose situation if ever I've seen one.
That ought to be easy to get around.
Cow pies ought to be easy to get around. Yet we don't always succeed.
I'm staying here, Yarpen. I want to join you, enlist. Will you have me in the Dwarven Brigade?
Will I have you, Chiefy? Will I plough and have you? Why, I'll make you fucking commander, you cocksucker! Problem solved. Scalen, you're my witness. Zoltan's no longer a stranger.
Aha.
All right. Now I'll introduce you to Saskia, and you can try to clarify the story with a sword for her. Or whatnot.
Don't you fret about the sword, Geralt. I promise to ascend to the fucking heights of oratory. Be soft as a mink, cautious as a novice strumpet. I'll get you that blade if I have to shave my beard off.
All right then. See that, Scalen? We were headed for a tragedy.
Now we're headed for a comedy.
Ah, youth these days, lacking hope and heart. You know what Zoltan and I saw at Brenna, lad? To us, there's no such thing as the impossible.
It's nice to talk to you all, but we've got things to do.
Ah, that's life. Open the gate. I've got to fetch me a certain sword.
Wait a minute. If by some miracle you obtain that cursed blade, I'd advise you not to parade it out the main gate past the squirrels.
Got another solution?
There's another passage. I'll mark it in the Witcher's map and show you myself. Sound all right to you?
It does. In the meantime, I'll look around for that flag.
Prime, I'd say.
Off we go then.
Okei, jau prisibazarėm čia užsaks, čia žiauriai pogi yra, kaip galima matyti, pažiūrėjom į mapą. Pogi, čia tu prasme, bra, čia pogi šiaip vieta, realiai. Pas dwarfus labiau pogi, nemeluosiu, čia yra žiauriai pogi. Labai pogi. Tai jo, bet viso gero.
Kada tu baigsi kalbėti, blядь? Всё, давай. Иди до карты, эйна. Рит, ёнишки, блядь. А кто нас встретишь, блядь? Иди нас встретишь, блядь. От боки нахуй 10 дал. Ну давай.